So I went to the city today. It was pretty normal. There were some activities going on, but I saw carols being sung. I saw an event, a catwalk event, um, showing off a new collection of wedding dresses, and I and then it was just a nice, pleasant walk amongst people. It's quite crowded. So if you're uncomfortable being around people now that all these things have been an issue, you might want to wear a mask, but most people aren't. I didn't wear a mask today, and I'm usually pretty um, susceptible to noticing if I feel like there's something in the atmosphere and stuff. So I didn't need a mask today, but if you're not really very confident, I mean, once every you do find some people wearing masks still, like one in a thousand or something, um, but it's still a pretty positive atmosphere. Sometimes I don't like the train trips; it feels uncomfortable. But at the moment, how it was today, the air conditioning was on. It was nice and cool. It wasn't overcrowded, even though it was still had a lot of people there. Lots of people are trying to have one seat to themselves as opposed to two people sitting side by side. But I'm sure you can share a seat pretty easily. But for me, when I went today, there was enough room just to have you sit by yourself. So I was very comfortable in that regard. So the train trip was very comfortable. So lucky me though, I am thinking about going to the Gold Coast, not tomorrow, but the day after. So hopefully, I'll have those same comfortable feelings where I just find it a nice leisurely trip. Because the last thing I like to do is bother to travel and then find it hard to put up with for whatever reason. But um, I'm not sure how interesting it'll be because I went there a few weeks ago. I mean, it's sort of interesting, but then I get bored. I'm not sure what time I'll leave. I'm suspecting 1 or 2 p.m. to be there by 2 or 3 p.m. And stay until 6 or 7. Um, I don't like to stay too much after 6, so I might even stay only until 5:30. I'm not sure. But either way, it should be interesting. So I'm just there for the night event, and then I'm going to wander back home. Hopefully meet no rough people or anything. And then that's it for until they have this segregation between COVID and non-COVID over, because I'm not vaccinated, and so I won't be going to many places for the next, I suppose, the next year or so. I'm not sure how long these precautions and restrictions are going to be there. I suspect at least 3 months. 3 to 6 months is a pretty good guess, but I'm expecting a year for this segregation to continue on until everyone figures out that there's no COVID cases anymore. So, or, this new transition into segregation is sort of relieved because no one really will finds a need for it in the future. So, for whatever reason, so this is going to be the last time that I go anywhere for quite a while, even like the casino and things, after they're going to be closed to people who aren't vaxxed. So until this whole tide of segregation blows over, I'm just going to be at home doing absolutely nothing but whatever I can think of doing. Maybe art, or maybe computer, or whatever. So, I'm not convinced that the job I'm supposed to be starting in January, I'm not convinced that it's going to be there, because I believe I've gone to the interview at the same place. I believe it's going to be in the same place I've been before, and I'm literally just going to walk up, and if they ask me for my mobile phone, because you can't take mobile phones in, I'm not going to give it to them. I'm not going to walk in, because it's going to be the same bad business that I've been caught in before, and I don't need that. So I'm just probably going to look for another job, one that's normal. And I don't like to meet abnormal things. So I'm giving this job one more go. And if it's rough and seedy, I'm just going to turn around and go back home, because I'm not really wanting to meet that kind of environment every day or even once. So I'm expecting that not to be a real job. So I'm going to be job hunting too. So anyway, so this is going to be my last leisurely weekend, and then it's all just going to be walking around the block, walking to the nearby stores, and doing whatever I can think of doing. I'm not a great thinker. I might be moving off on my own, or I might be following a relative to wherever they want to go. I'm not really keen on following them, because they want to go into a place that floods, and there's snakes there, and all this country stuff, and I'm like, I don't really want to live with you, because, they're really stupid. I mean, they're not going to make any precautions, and it's just going to overwhelm. But I'm sort of thinking, well, floods on the rise, maybe they'll get scared if we have a bad flood before they're ready to move. I'm sort of almost hoping for it. But I'm not keen on next year. I think it's going to be a lot of trouble for me. I'm either going to have to live on my own, or I'm going to have to follow someone to somewhere crappy, more crappy than this. This actually ended up being a pretty good house, this one. The scary suburb that, I envisioned to be an unsafe place wasn't unsafe, but I'm really expecting them to get caught in the floods, and if they move to the country, and I'm like, I don't want to follow them, so I don't know if I'll be branching out on my own and going insane on applying for everything until I got anything. I probably should be doing that now, but I don't apply for everything, and so I think to branch out into things that I know nothing about, and sort of just state, hey, I know nothing about whatever your business is, here are my skills, but I need training. Would you like to hire me, sort of thing. So I'll probably be doing that. It doesn't mean that I'll get anywhere, but it gives me a more open chance that, because I haven't had a job in a while, like I never have employment. So if I don't have employment, I can't branch out on my own. I have to go rough country until, when the house is destroyed by flood or something. So I wouldn't be keen on that. It's not really where I want to be at all, but I'm never where I want to be. So, but who knows, you don't know what will happen between now and next year. Maybe something will happen and they want to stay, or maybe, something else will happen. I don't know. But either way, it's going to be different next year. So I'm preparing for next year. So this is going to be my last fun weekend. Hopefully I'm going to enjoy it and get a few pictures, and then it'll be all just me hanging around indoors and around the house, because I'm not going to be allowed to go anywhere, fun for a while.